Welcome back, everybody. I'm Vernkerrigan, and this is episode 2 of my Let's Play Zoo Tycoon. When we left off, we had started our zoo. This is our zoo. Let's see, can I zoom out? There's our zoo. And this episode, we are going to hopefully expand it. We need to get a little bit more money first, but hopefully make it a little bit more attractive for guests. Oh. Excuse me. This is a little bit interesting. Have the hiccups and I need to burp. Bad combination. That was trampled terrain. Hooved type animals, gazelles, zebras, that type of thing, periodically trample squares of terrain, and they really don't like trampled terrain. I sometimes wish zookeepers could just fix it, but they can't, so you sort of have to deal with that. So yeah, at the moment we are very poor, and we are just waiting for more money to come in, or for something to happen. Ideally, we'll get some more buildings and scenery, so that we can put that in and maybe get a little bit more than $18 a month out of concessions. So, what I'm planning on doing is, if we zoom out, I want this area to have at least one more exhibit. Maybe one here, and another one here, and then all this area, probably focusing right about here, is going to be attractions. And, you know, playing this game, I have thought of some kind of weird terms for the different attractions, and something that I think of them adding is gravity. It draws people in and makes them stay in that part of the zoo for a significant chunk of time. So attractions, like, for instance, a petting zoo, or the primate house that you can get through conservation, it allows you to keep your guests, like if I put it here, it would keep my guests right here for an extended period of time. And as they're staying here, they get hungry, they get thirsty, they need to go to the bathroom, and so they're going to come to food and drink, and they're going to spend their money on food and drink. And so the more separate areas of high, quote, gravity, unquote, you have, you can keep guests going in a big circle forever. I think at one point I was up to guest 10,000, and I still had my 300th guest in my zoo, which is great. What I really need is to get more buildings, though. Zoo rating is going up. Maybe I have to break a zoo rating of 80. That's possible, which, of course, I just did. Maybe I have to end the month with a zoo rating of 80. I'm not entirely sure, but I want to get some more buildings so that I can get rid of these, because, you know, they make... excellent. Yes, we ended the month with a zoo rating of 80. More animals are available to purchase. What we had originally was these 4 shelters. So now we have a large concrete shelter and a large wood shelter. Those are both basically the same thing, and they keep 4 animals happy. Lean-tos, which I never actually figured out what animals, or which animals like lean-tos. Giraffe shelters and stables. Animals, we got a whole bunch of animals. I'm not going to go through all of them, but we got a decent number, and we have chimpanzee bars and small lion rocks, but I think we started with those. Our scenery has expanded a lot. We started with trash cans, a bench, a picnic table, and a fountain. Now we have a lot more, and we have a hot dog stand and a drink stand. Excellent. So If we look at our balance, we made $1,000 last month. That's good, but only $29 of concessions. That's not very good. Actually, I want to do this in the opposite order. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a dirt area here. Just because, in my experience, trying to use the terrains that are designed for people, they don't actually like it all that much. It doesn't make them walk there. They just walk on these grassy areas in between, and I don't really want that. I want them to be walking on paths, so I make an area out of path. And now we'll throw in a hot dog stand and a drink stand, and get rid of those machines, and then pop both of those up to 225, and hopefully, if everything goes as planned, that will increase how much money we make. As you can see, admissions actually declined from the first month to the second. I'm not entirely sure why that is, but it looks like March is on track to have more. The cost of the stands that we just purchased, as you can see in this construction cost, they were offset by the profits we made last month. So, as long as we make a profit this month, we can buy something next month, and so on and so forth. So, I try not, unless it's something big, like an exhibit that I've saved up for months and months and months, I try and keep my small expenditures to within the previous month's profits. That way I know that I'm going to be in the black every month, or mostly every month, hopefully every month. So, now, our Thompson's gazelle has given birth. So if we look in our animals list, we started out with 6 Thompson's gazelles, and now we have 9. So, if we not enough shelters, we can go and use one of our new concrete shelters. This will house the 3 newborn gazelles and provide 1 extra for the 10th. Let's see, have these made money yet? Yes, so both of these have made a decent amount of money. The drink stand has made a little bit more than the hot dog stand. And because I'm a nice guy, or at least I like to think I'm a nice guy, I'm going to put some picnic tables in here so that they can sit down and maybe enjoy a fountain while they're having their hot dogs and drinking their high fructose corn syrup with fizz. So that is going to put us probably negative for the month. We have 8 more days and $1,500 of admissions to make up. But we can look at the concessions benefit, see that immediately we're getting $40 instead of $30, and the month is not over, and we bought these halfway through. So they are providing a definite benefit. Just going to connect the path up there so that they will walk on my path. It's just something that I am very particular about. I like them walking on a path. I don't like them walking on the grass. Keep off the grass. Nice if there's a keep off the grass sign, but alas there isn't. So this is the boring part of an organic zoo, and that's why as a kid I never made them. Hold up. Oh, it's my birthday. It is my birthday in the game. Happy birthday to me. Where was I? Oh well. It must not have been that important. Oh yeah, I remember now. This is the boring part of the game, where you sit and look at your gazelles and wait for something to happen that is interesting. We can look here. We have 50 guests. We've had a total of 112. Now we're down to 48, which is a shame. New month? No, not yet. It's the last day of the month. And sometimes private donations, you can see it's the second green number, those jump at the end of the month. I highly doubt. Yeah, it didn't jump quite enough to make up for our debt, but $600 extra and the exact same number of admissions means that we only lost $37 last month, which, all things considered, is pretty good, I would say. And let's see, $37. So that gives us $2,000 per month to play with now. About. And that is, and we have, $5,000 also. So what I'm going to do, 29 days, 20 days, yeah. So I'm going to start funding research and conservation at the minimum level. So I want the primate house. The primate house going right here is going to keep people in my zoo a lot longer at this point. I would really like to break 100 guests. That is, my first goal. That is what I want these things to do. So now you can see we have a research cost, but we're still getting close to our budget goal of being in the black. Already $51 worth of sale, and it's April 8th. So I have no worries that even with the added, however much it is per month, it's a couple hundred per month, we will make our goal. No problem. Throw in a few trash cans here, just to keep our guests happy. And yeah, as you can see, our drink stand is not making money. It only brought in $40, but has an upkeep of $50. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the price to try and entice more people to go there. The hot dog stand is doing fine, so I'm just going to not touch that. No need to mess with it. So coming up on $370 in the red at the end, or halfway through the month. That's absolutely great. Let me know, you fine viewers, if you want me to cut out the waiting, because I have no trouble with editing out all this boring crap, where I'm literally just waiting until I have about $15,000, and then I'm going to start making an exhibit, and then I'm going to start customizing the exhibit at least a little bit. I think my next exhibit is going to be emperor penguins. I believe they're emperor penguins. Penguins of some sort, because they're cute. Yes, emperor penguins. So I'm going to need to cover the entire thing with ice, and then get salt water, and, or not the entire thing in ice. Basically, I'm going to prep the exhibit as much as I can for the penguins, and then adopt them, so that they're not getting angry while I'm waiting to have enough money. And that might take a little while. That's the one problem, and I'm not sure if there's a way to increase the speed of the game, but if there is, I don't know what it is. So, if anyone could tell me that, if there is one, that would be fantastic. There's trampled terrain again. That's another thing you gotta do. Just keep checking up on your animals every now and again, just making sure that they're happy. And we are in the black, so now it's just waiting until we can get 100 guests. That is the next milestone, I believe, that will get you more buildings and animals and stuff unlocked. So those are the things to look forward to. In the future, the $12,000 mark, I'm gonna say, and the conservation, and this primate house, and 100 people. So $12,000, 100 people, or the primate house. Whichever comes first, that's going to be when the game really starts to have a little bit more complexity in it. Either 2 exhibits, or more stuff to put in, or, yeah, more exhibits or more stuff to put in. I'm probably going to stay on one zookeeper for as long as I possibly can. Once I see that animals aren't getting food in time, or their exhibits are getting dirty, the zookeepers can't clean it up, then I'll hire another one, but $800 a month really is a lot of money, and I don't want to have to spend it this early on in the game. I mean, I could pay for it, but that's, again, money that is coming out of developments for May. And that's just no fun. So, I will... I was going to say I'll stop recording, but the primate house is almost done, so I'm not going to bother. In future, if I can think of landmarks that will be coming up and we just have to wait for them, I will try to edit that out. But if you guys want to see me sit around and look at my zoo and click on drink stands, wonderful, our drink stand pulled even. And our hot dog stand is double. And look at numbers and graphs and awards that we don't have. This is where I would put an award if I had one, which I don't. There we go. Primate house is now available for construction. So as you can see, our guests are spending time here, and they're spending time here, a little bit here, but mostly they're leaving or coming in. So what we can do to avoid that is purchase a primate house, $1,100, and let's put it over here. If we look at this, our primate house can have different programs that provide different bonuses. In this case, we have Endangered Primates of the World. It doesn't cost anything to maintain, which is fantastic. And any adult that goes in gets a 5 happiness boost out of 100, so 5%. And a kid will get +3. So it caters a little bit more towards adults than it does kids, but both like it, which is important because it's going to start pulling people that would normally be looking at the gazelles, going here, and leaving. They're going to look at the gazelles, go over here, look at the gazelles some more, get hungry, come over here, look at the gazelles a little bit more, and then leave. It's a little bit longer, and it gives us a little bit more time for them to get hungry and actually come back here. I've had a couple of really fantastic zoos where I would get a big loop, and I watched one guest go around a big loop, like here to here to here to here to here, going around that 5 times, and every single time around he stopped at the exact same places. He stopped at a restaurant, he stopped at a drink stand and a snack machine, hot dog stand, food, whatchamacallit, and these primate houses and aviaries and snakes and shark tunnels and all sorts of cool stuff that I put in exactly for that purpose. So hopefully, yeah, now you can see that we're getting more people over here and over here, whereas before we really didn't have that. So I would say that's working. What are we getting next? Thorn acacia tree. That's always nice. The thorn acacia tree is another type of savanna tree. There are savanna animals that don't like the yellow fever tree or the umbrella thorn tree. And so if I wanted to get them, I would have to be sure that I had this. Incidentally, there is some animal, I think it might be an elephant, but I'm not entirely sure, that absolutely loves the thorn acacia tree. Or is it the giraffe? Umbrella thorn acacia tree. Is that the one I already have? Hold up. Umbrella thorn tree. No? Well, it was something. Ah, yes, tall grass. Do I have that? And do they want it? No. See, I got a few more savanna foliage. I got a little bit more of everything. Notice I don't have any ice foliage, so the water reed is the only foliage that I have that my penguins will like, which is a little bit unfortunate. And I have deciduous forest rock formations, as well as coniferous forest rock formations, some snowy rocks, and then just general rocks that everyone likes, but no one loves. How are we coming? 75 citizens. I've been playing way too much Age of Empires. 75 guests now, so our guest count is going up, which is very good. Do I want to put the penguins here? I normally would, but I feel like it's a little too close to this area, and every time guests pass by this little T, they're gonna think about leaving. So if I can keep them away from there, maybe put it over here. Let's see. If I put it here going off this way, then they would go around it and then back over there. They wouldn't get much or many guests at first, but later on I think that would be very beneficial. I think I'm gonna do that. Penguins don't jump, do they? I feel like I could get away with a cheap fence. I mean, I might not be able to. It might be a complete failure, and I might have to reline the entire exhibit with a taller fence if it goes wrong, but I think I could pull it off. We'll try. Let's start it off like that. Ah. Crap. Undo. Alright. What did we get? Hold on. Pause. So, we got... I think that one was guest happiness. We got our guest happiness up to 91 at the end of the month of May, and so I think that's what did it. I'm not entirely sure, though. I never really paid attention when I was playing this game younger. As a younger child, I was just like, oh, hey, I got new stuff. So I'm not sure about every single thing. Nutritional animal food is great. Animals get more food. Here. So this is their food bar. This fills up with less food when you have the nutritional animal food, or it stays full longer. I'm not sure which one, but either way it's nice. The white Bengal tiger is one of my favorite animals because there is an award you get for integrating two animals perfectly into one exhibit. And the white Bengal tiger, as one might expect, loves the exact same conditions as the normal Bengal tiger. So you get, I believe you get bonus brownie points for habitating an endangered species, and super mega brownie points for having it with another species. So that's a great combination. However, it's not what I am doing. I am purchasing a low chain link fence. And I'll start it here. Because as the zoo gets bigger, more and more people are going to start traveling here, and animals really don't like it when they feel crowded. So I'm going to try and head that off at the pass. Oh my goodness, yes, in April we got massive private donations, and in June. Hold on. Wow. Excuse me, I had to burp there. So in April we got 3,000 admissions and $2,000 in private donations. Already in June we have $5,000 in donations. Quality Animal Care Blue Ribbon. That means that you have an animal in an exhibit that they love the exhibit. They are so happy to be in there. It's very well catered to their needs, and they're just they like their exhibit so much, and we got a bunch of money. We got $5,000, which I promptly spent, every single penny of it. We'll start, rather than go whole hog immediately and do a triple border around this, because penguins are really popular, I'm just going to go with that for now. Who knows? I mean, just having stuff out here makes it so that they might walk around this exhibit, but it's not actually going to have gravity in and of itself. Let's zoom back in. How are my gazelles doing? Good. They haven't trampled terrain. They haven't had any babies. I mean, babies are great and all, but sometimes it gets annoying. In particular, lions have so many babies. I've actually stopped putting lions in. That used to be the #1 thing I would do. I'd put lions, but it literally got to the point where every single month at least 4 were being born, and so I had to just sell them. I had to sell, baby lions. And that A, made me feel bad, and B, was horribly disappointing because I just didn't have the money to build them a new exhibit. And then eventually I built them a new exhibit, and they bred like rabbits again, and filled that one up within the year. Which, kind of unrealistic, but at the same time, I got a lot of money out of it, so it's not all bad. Let's start prepping this exhibit. I'm going to try and keep it above $5,000, which means I'm going to do that. There we go. So, as you can see, even with $5,000 of private donations, we have just plummeted $5,000 into the red, which is obviously not good. What is good, though, is that our zoo value is going up. That was the #1 problem I had as a kid. My zoo value kept going down because, of course, I was losing money every month. I was paying employee wages, I was paying zoo upkeep, and I wasn't getting that money back. The thing about a profitable zoo is that every single month that you are profitable, you're adding to your zoo value, which means that it will steadily increase, and it does take into account your total cash. So it's the value of all the things that are in your zoo, plus your total cash on hand. So buying things is good for it. Losing money through research, conservation, zoo upkeep, employee wages, all that stuff decreases your zoo value. And admissions, donations, concessions, and recycling increase it. Ooh, the white Bengal tiger is now available. I think after I'm done with penguins, ooh, and the nutritional animal food is done as well. I think when I'm done with penguins over here, done with the penguins, I'm gonna get Bengal tigers, and those will probably go right here, right at the front. Everyone loves Bengal tigers, and it's a great way to pull people in. Are we? Yes, we're at 104 right now, so I think if we end the month with that many, we will be in good shape to maybe get something else. Here, this is what I was talking about, I believe in my last episode. People have filled up this trash can, and my employee, who is somewhere, a maintenance worker, lag spike. Let's pick him up. He was out there walking around doing nothing. Let's plop him down there, and we can... that might be a she. Anywho, our maintenance worker is going to empty the trash can, and boom, done. Problem solved. All that trash that people had filled the trash can with is all gone in the same amount of time it would take that worker to sweep up a single piece of trash on the ground. We have a gift shop. I've never been a huge fan of gift shops. I've never found them to be particularly profitable. or that great of a draw. The things you get from research and conservation are generally better. Specifically conservation, I think, gives these buildings. Research might have a few, but the reptile house, for instance, I think it's one that you have to pay for. You have to pay upkeep in addition to a build cost, but it does allow you to get people a bit happier than the primate house, and it's a huge draw, one of the best, as I recall. Not quite as good as a shark tunnel, though. I might just be making this up, though. These are observations I made when I played the game, 5 sittings, maybe. And I was just like, oh, hey, this does this, and this does this. So don't necessarily take my words at face value. And I don't know how long I've been rambling on for, but we've started a new exhibit. We've shown that adding a single primate house can almost double the number of guests in our zoo by keeping them in it for a little bit longer. And so I think as soon as we hit July 1st, we will end the episode. Thank you for joining me. This has been Vernkerrigan's Let's Play Zoo Tycoon Episode 2. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a comment or a like. And if you want to see more, please subscribe.